From the chilly Hollywood North
to the sunny West Coast,
we discover all the beautiful wonder
that is California.
We hit the road to discover
How California is the mecca
of not only the entertainment world,
but of so much more.
we're here in beautiful California, and we're about to embark on the ultimate cultural adventure.
And become fully submerged in what it means to be Californian.
First up, a wine tour like no other.
Welcome to Malibu. Just 30 minutes north of LA is the Saddle Rock Ranch and Vineyard. Sitting on 1,000 acres of beautiful Malibu countryside, this vineyard is home to more than a few retired actors. Joining us for our wine adventure is our friend and LA WAG star, Nicole Williams.
You've never been here, right?
No.
Never.
So it's like a wine tasting safari, but along the way, you get to feed the animals. And there's a giraffe named Stanley. He's my favorite. So I've done this a few times, and it's one of my favorite things to do. If you haven't experienced it, it's really, really cool.
Well, let's go see Stanley.
Amazing. Yeah. Stanley, here we come.
Let's go.
Best known for being on the e-hit show WAG's LA, this Canadian-born swimsuit model has been soaking in the California sun for the last 6 years. So how does a Canadian girl end up in California?
Ended up getting a job in LA and signed to an agency in Los Angeles, and they were like, LA would be perfect for you, just try it out. So I ended up there for a job, spending a couple months, and then I met Larry.
So Stanley is a retired child actor. He was in a bunch of commercials. His biggest role was in The Hangover 3.
Stanley might be the biggest celebrity we've ever hung out with.
So I'll give you guys some lettuce.
Do you guys go like that?
Oh yeah, so she knows the ropes.
Oh my gosh.
We ended up falling in love with LA. The weather, the lifestyle, the restaurants, it's just such a beautiful place to live. And I never thought I would be like an LA girl.
And now here you are.
And now here I am.
What is it about California that attracts creatives?
California is like the city of dreams. Everybody that has an idea or a goal or a dream moved to Hollywood. There's just endless opportunity.
And Nicole is certainly living her California dream. On top of her successful modeling and acting career, she's also launched her own line of sexy swimsuits called Nia Lynn.
My swimwear is all me. I sketched it, I designed it, I did all the samples, and I just launched it 2 months ago.
Why did you want to create and develop something like this?
Being a swimwear model and living in LA in this warm weather, and as much as I travel, I'm I need suits. I need swimwear, but I want swimwear that I could wear to make as outfits.
Well, let's talk about WAGs. I mean,
Yeah.
This is season 3 already. To get 3 seasons on any show is a success.
We filmed our wedding.
Which was kind of a big deal to have in a show and to share with so many people.
Thank you. It was kind of nerve-wracking because, you want to kind of let loose on your wedding. And I have all my friends and family, and then I have cameras, and I know it's going to be on TV, so I'm like, oh my God, okay.
When it aired, I got to experience it again.
Oh, true.
So
you got the coolest wedding video.
I do. I have the coolest wedding video.
Cheers to California.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. This is so fun. I'm happy that I got to bring you here.
Thanks for having us.
And we got to meet Stanley.
I smell like Stanley still. I think he drooled on me.
It's a good thing he's cute.
When people think about LA, they immediately think about Hollywood.
But LA is so much more than that.
It's food, music, art, and architecture.
And what better place to experience all of those things than at the Line Hotel in LA's most up-and-coming neighborhood, Koreatown.
Welcome to Los Angeles.
Located on the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and Normandy Avenue in the heart of Koreatown is the Line Hotel. This industrial mid-century tower takes the boutique hotel to the next level. Each well-appointed room features floor-to-ceiling windows, stripped concrete walls, and platform beds that face out to see that sweet Hollywood view. The expansive lobby has a textured ceiling installation and swooping curved surfaces that house cozy banquettes in the bar area. And don't forget to check out the Line Hotel's 2 collaborations with street food king and restaurateur Roy Choi. Pot, located in the lobby, and Commissary, located poolside on the roof.
Which is where we meet up with Canadian expat and actor Shamir Anderson.
Shamir's career is not only taking off, it's skyrocketing to the top. On top of starring as Agent Dawes on Winona Earp, he's also starring in Labyrinth with Johnny Depp and Forest Whitaker, and he just finished filming Destroyer with an Academy Award-winning lady.
Working with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
What's it like working with her?
Nicole Kidman, first and foremost, is, you know, a veteran in Hollywood. I'm so lucky and so privileged to be able to work with somebody like her. She really immerses herself into the character and a specific project, and I can't wait for the world to see it. I'm not gonna front, like, I'm in the scene sometimes and I'll be dropping out because I'm just like, I'm with Nicole Kidman. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'd be lying to you if I said I was 100%. It was, the hardest thing to do was to stay present. And when I locked in and looking in her eyes, I'm like, oh my God, this is Nicole Kidman. No, say it, say it, say it. You know, and that's just me, because I'm a fan of her and her work over the years. I mean, I'm in La La Land. You know, no pun intended.
You're literally in La La Land. So how does a Toronto kid end up in this amazing city, LA?
I don't know. To be honest, sometimes I pinch myself because, you know, growing up in Scarborough and having dreams and watching TV, going, man, that's like magical. One thing led to the next, and now I'm in this beautiful city.
What is it about LA that draws in creatives?
For me, at least, it's the weather. Any Canadian knows it gets crispy cold over there, you know?
And I feel like with a city like LA, you just never know who you're gonna meet that's gonna be able to lead to that next opportunity, that next gig.
It's nuts. The first day I landed, I went out for dinner and Jimmy Kimmel was sitting next to me, and I was like, this is where I need to be.
So Tyrone and I are gallivanting across this amazing state, and LA has a ton of really, really cool street art. Is there one that you suggest we have to check out?
Yes. California Dreamin'. On my way into town, I saw this mural, and I was like, that's incredible. It just really stuck out to me. And I sat down, I'm just like, man, I'm living the California dream right now.
Next up on our West Coast adventure, we head just 1 hour south to the town of San Clemente and to the studio of a real California treasure, Charmaine Olivia.
Hi. Hi, welcome to San Clemente. I'm so happy you could join me in my studio.
How are you?
Hello, welcome.
Oh my gosh, I love this space.
Thank you.
This native Californian's unmistakable style has carved out a spot in the art world and made her an Instagram favorite.
This space is amazing. I just met you, and I feel like I already have a sense of who you are as a person and an artist, just based on this curation of art and light and energy. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So it's clear that you have a lot of talent just by looking around this room. How did you get your start?
Well, I don't really believe in talent so much. I believe in working a lot and learning as you go. And I didn't study art. I didn't go to college or any of that.
You don't have any formal training in art?
No. When you love something, you just want to do it all the time. For me, I've just always loved color and just exploring. Honestly, it's more like a therapy and like a meditation for me. So first I want to show you guys just the magic of rainbows and how they happen. So these are the basic primary colors: red, pink, blue, and yellow.
After a brief lesson in color theory, Charmaine puts us to work.
That's rainbows. You get every color just by combining these. So today, we're gonna start laying down some rainbow texture. And this is gonna be abstract, so nothing has to be perfect. There is no perfect in art.
What if we make a mistake?
Good. I hope you make mistakes. That's part of art. Right. Happy accidents.
Coming up on It-List California Vibes, we get our hands dirty with a little fine art, discover a sea monster in the sand,
and we find a fairy tale castle by the sea.
Everyone knows that the Californian scenery and inherent coolness inspire so many people to create, and musicians are no exceptions. Here are our top 5 music venue picks.
Coming in at number 5 is the Fox Theater in Oakland, California. After a dramatic restoration, this glamorous auditorium now serves as not only a world-class music venue, but also a school for the arts.
At number 4, the Fillmore in San Francisco. This historic venue has hosted the likes of Jimi Hendrix, The Grateful Dead, and Tom Petty, just to name a few. At number 3, we have the famed Troubadour. This West Hollywood favorite gave debuts to bands like Guns N' Roses, Warrant, and Metallica.
And number 2, the Whiskey A Go-Go, an anchor on the Sunset Strip, has played host to music legends like The Doors, Led Zeppelin, and Janis Joplin.
And coming in at number 1 is the Empire Polo Club in Indio, home to the famed music festival Coachella. This behemoth of a concert has featured headlining acts like Radiohead, Arcade Fire, and this year, Beyoncé.
So today, we're gonna start laying down some rainbow texture.
What if we make a mistake?
Good. I hope you make mistakes. That's part of art. Happy accidents. I started painting when I was 7 with my aunt. And I would paint mermaids and basically what I'm doing now, just a different version. And when I was 17, her and I took a trip to France. That was the moment, I don't know, where I just felt that click. There's this term called flow. We've all felt flow in different aspects of our life, but for me, when I was painting, all of a sudden, the universe almost disappeared and I was just one with these colors, and this experience was so overwhelming and almost addicting. I was like, oh my God, I have to do this forever. I don't even care if it's my job, it doesn't matter, I just need to do this. And I just kept doing it, and I kept sharing my work online, and people just started kind of following along, and it evolved. It really was never my intention to be professional. It just sort of happened.
Do you ever paint men or only women?
I painted a couple men. It's just not the same feeling for me. When I paint a woman, it's like almost a self-portrait where I get to be there in these worlds and feel these emotions and put myself there.
When you say that, are you in all of your paintings then?
Yeah, not necessarily physically. I don't think I look like my paintings, but my energy is there. And that's what I started to notice. The more I created, the more I got to know myself, because I could see it reflected in front of me. Well, I am loving how this is turning out.
Beautiful.
Paintings don't even need a lot of time. They just need deliberate attention, and it's easy to overwork. Because if I spend too much time and I start getting frustrated, it just goes downhill.
I think I know why.
Why?
When you're working from your mind, it can just get flustered with all the negativity and other outside influences. And when you're working from your heart is when it's that real, true expression.
Exactly, and it's hard to stay in your heart sometimes. That's what I try to remind myself. That's when I start getting in a funky mood or start getting frustrated, I know I'm getting out of my heart. And that's when I need to take a break.
Just east of the Pacific coast is a land of sleeping giants. Deep in the heart of the Anza Borrego Desert are over 120 metallic sculptures that scatter the countryside. We head to the artist's workshop to find out how these startling and stunning creations came to life.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Welcome to Awanga.
They all have such personality, each of your creatures, each of your creations.
And that's what everybody say.
Yeah.
I have like 20, 30, 40 horses, but I don't have two that look alike.
How did you become a metal sculptor?
By accident. Take my daughter to the movies to see Jurassic Park. After a movie, we go for dinner, and she say, hey, I want a dinosaur. It's no problem. Say, but I want a life-size. Say, no, they don't sell life-size T-Rexes. I want you to make it. You can make it, don't you? I say, yeah, I can make it. I make it for you. Took me a year to do it. 20 foot tall, 45 feet long. And become a celebrity overnight.
My nickname is T-Rex, so it's already a hit for me. Oh, there's a little T-Rex.
Yeah, that's you.
This is my cousin.
But the most ambitious of all Ricardo's creations has to be this 350-foot sea serpent that took over 8 months to create.
I finished that in July. Oh, it was hot like hell. It was 116 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning. Plus the heat of the sun and the heat of the metal because it's hot.
Oh my God.
And the heat of the equipment.
Yeah.
That time, if you touch the metal, it gives you a
burn.
A burn, oh yeah.
When you're explaining it to me, I can see the joy. I can see that it was fun. Is it still fun for you today?
Look at what I am. It's better. It's getting better.
It gets better and better.
Yeah.
Are your sculptures like fine wines? Do they get prettier with age?
Rust is a beautiful natural color. Through the time, it will always get better and better.
So what are you going to get for your daughter this year?
Hey, baby, what do you want for your birthday this year?
You want a Buddha? Are you making a 15-foot Buddha this year? Is that in the plans?
I don't know. I just buy now. If she wants a Buddha, make a Buddha.
She started a family business and she didn't even realize.
Next on our Californian adventure is a fairy tale castle in the sky.
William Randolph Hearst called this place La Cuesta Encantada, the Enchanted Hill. We can clearly see why.
So let's take a step back in time and welcome you to Hearst Castle.
This was built between 1919 and 1947. I mean, how many projects do we have in our own lives that we commit 30 years to? So it really is a testament to somebody's dream.
The man behind this ambitious architectural endeavor is media mogul William Randolph Hearst, a publishing giant whose influence also extended to politics, Hollywood, and of course, the art world.
Well, you hear the term priceless, and I think that really applies here because he collected nearly 20,000 pieces for Hearst Castle.
Can we get a tour?
Can we please go inside?
Absolutely. Let's go. We're in the assembly room.
Yes.
We have the main house, Casa Grande. This is one of 14 living rooms in the main house.
You know there were some fun nights that happened here.
Oh, yeah. This was like the gathering place for the Hollywood immortals. This was a place where Charlie Chaplin would visit, Cary Grant, Clark Gable, Rita Hayworth, all the people that were stars. There was an old saying in Hollywood, actually, back in the 20s. They said there was a group of actors that had been to Hearst Castle and a group of actors that said they had been to Hearst Castle. So it was a highly coveted invitation. Just behind us is really an impressive fire mantle, a mantle over mantle design from the French Renaissance that Mr. Hearst bought at auction in New York City. And Hearst was in a bidding war with somebody named J.D. Rockefeller, actually, for this fireplace.
That's amazing.
And Hearst won.
Before it came here, he asked in a telegram to his architect, Julia Morgan, to please design the room to accommodate this specific ceiling and the tapestries. Julia Morgan was ahead of her time, if you will. When she started building this, a woman couldn't even vote in the United States. We're in the Celestial Suite right now. It's a guest room, like up in the stars. Some guests came here many times, like Cary Grant was a guest here many times over the years, and he said he always enjoyed staying in different rooms.
I would definitely pick this room.
What I love is the level of detail from the bed itself, but more importantly, the windows. I mean, just the way that the light is coming in now, it's so beautiful. You don't see that anymore.
Yes, you do see that at Hearst Castle a lot of rich ornamentation and everything from the architectural elements, the archways, the beds, the poster design.
Wow, this is...
Oh my God.
It's awe-inspiring, isn't it? The complex has a main house called Casa Grande. There's also 3 guest houses. There's a sports complex, an indoor pool. But altogether, garages, interior space in total is almost 100,000 square feet.
This is a hot spot for travelers, whether you love art or you love great views. What do you think William Hearst would think of this home being used for travelers in this way?
I think he would just be delighted that people come here and see this place. We've had over 40 million people come on the tour since we opened to the public. Not all at once, but
well, yes.
we've been
There'd
open.
be some traffic on those tight lower roads.
Coming up on Itless California, we get the buzz on the environment in Davis, California.
Jerome, you're nervous.
No, I'm not. I'm scared. This.
What do Scarlett Johansson, Morgan Freeman, Sting, and Flea from the Chili Peppers all have in common?
They've all been on TV.
Yes, they have, but they also have beekeeping in common.
That's right, and today we are here in one of the most environmentally conscious towns in California to find out how they're keeping the bee population alive.
Welcome to Davis. So I just want to start off by saying that
I am equal parts nervous and equal parts excited for today's adventure, hanging out with a bunch of bees. Will the bees sense if I'm nervous?
Well, they will, actually. I think they pick up nervous and anxious movements.
Okay, so we need to get zen before today's activities. Jerome, you're nervous.
No, I'm not. I'm scared.
So basically, our mission here is to find the queen.
Yeah, we're gonna go looking for the queen. And we wanna also see eggs and brood. So the brood are the babies. If we see them, we'll be pretty happy. Here's me adding a little smoke so that everybody's copacetic.
I want to know why on earth you would want to have bees in your backyard.
Well, we have chickens, so why not
Chicken and
also
bees.
have bees?
Yeah, right.
We love getting eggs, so why not also get honey?
You know, there's all these issues you hear about with honeybees and colony collapse, and can you help out some local stuff and get honey? And it seems like a no-brainer.
And why is this good for the environment?
I think I recently read something like 30% of our crops are pollinated by bees. And then also our wild plants are also pollinated by bees. So, I mean, our food system would potentially collapse without bees. Can you imagine having like future generations not even knowing what honey is? Just the idea of that disappearing is pretty sad.
So what is Circle of Bees?
Circle of Bees is a nonprofit city beekeepers. So basically we think of bees as like a great spectacle in the city. We think that it's like a way for people to kind of connect to their ecological roots.
And you guys have a really great chapter of this project called 100 Hives. What is the focus of that?
One of the things we do is build extraordinary art beehives. These hives really kind of attract attention and people see them and they start asking questions and talking about us. So it's a little bit like an art project, which is what I really like about it.
I didn't expect a beehive to look so cool, to be quite honest.
I know one of the things that Kristen's trying to do is just build a whole bunch of different beehives with different types of art on them and make it into more than just a box that sits in the corner and you pick honey once a year. Right. Then people see it and they walk by and they're like, this is really cool, what is this thing? And more people get interested.
The more we learn about Davis and the more people we meet from Davis, there's a real focus on protecting the environment.
Absolutely. Davis is like an epicenter. The university's here and it's an agricultural-rooted university. I think there's just a huge community of people who care about the planet and they really perk up when you talk about bees. So everybody's really interested in what we're doing. It's a great place to start this kind of project.
Congratulations on becoming a part of the Circle of Bees. Whether they come the next 10 minutes or in spring, don't worry, be happy.
Will.
I had to.
I'm working on that. That's good.
It's like, I gotta say this one.
I was in the bathroom and I was like, don't worry, be happy.
Awesome.
Hey, yo, thanks for chatting.
Thank you
Thanks
for
so
coming
much.
to chat with us.
Welcome to California.
Scared me, man. He just hopped up there. I saw it in my peripheral.
I generally add all the embellishments.
Do you?
When I'm painting, yeah.
So you could add abs.
I can add anything.
Because I've been trying to add them and they ain't working.
Oh my gosh.
He waved.
Can you do this instead of meeting?
Jen, you gotta, instead of talking to them, like kick some dirt at them or something. And of course, some emerging stars. You told me to do that.
Never listen to what I say.
What you got there, Chloe?
I'm twiddling a little tail. This is Hilda, my new friend. 3 Canadians hanging out in LA.
Thank you, eh?
Sorry, not sorry. Thank you very much.
Sorry, so sorry.
So,
Here's my health card, eh?
Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my gosh.
This is Hilda.